No-fault liability, strict and absolute liability. Difference between Ryland's rule and N.C. Metha's rule. First, on the basis of conditions. The Ryland's rule requires 3 conditions for its application. They are dangerous thing, escape, and non-natural use of land, whereas the N.C. Metha's rule is not dependent on these conditions. However, it deals with dangerous things. Second, on the basis of escape of thing from the premises. The Ryland's rule does not cover the cases where harm is caused to persons within the premises, as the rule requires escape of thing, which causes harm, from the premises, whereas the escape of thing from the premises is not a necessary condition, for on the basis of as no distinction is made between persons within the premises, where the enterprise is carried on, and persons outside the premises. Third, on the basis of liability. The liability of the person according to the Ryland's rule is not absolute, as it is subject to many exceptions, for example, act of third party, this major, etc. The liability is not dependent on the negligence on the part of the defendant. It is called the rule of strict liability, whereas in N.C. Metha's rule the owner of the industry would be liable even if the damage is caused due to the act of a stranger. N.C. Metha's rule provides for absolute liability, and not only strict liability. It is not subject to any exception. It provides for stricter than strict liability. It is called the rule of absolute liability. Fourth, on the basis of exceptions. Ryland's rule is subjected to many exceptions, such as plaintiff's own act, act of stranger, statutory authority, act of God, and the act with the consent of plaintiff, whereas N.C. Metha's rule is not subjected to any exception. Fifth, on the basis of damages. Damages awarded under Ryland's rule are ordinary or compensatory, whereas under N.C. Metha's rule the court can award exemplary damages. The quantum of compensation depends upon the size of the enterprise. The larger the enterprise, the greater would be the amount of compensation payable.